So, early morning, before I go to the paint shop today, I am headed to my old job to meet up with my friends that work there for lunch. And I haven't seen them in a while. I gotta pick up some of my belongings, and then I'm gonna head to the paint shop and get those charge pipes painted today.
All right, with everything.
Watch this super burrito right here. It's like the size of my fucking schlong.
You want me to get one for Mike?
Who's Mike?
All right,
Pepsi
I got
for
you.
life.
Bye. Compa, ¿me puede dar otro super burrito de carne asada con todo?
Bruh. That shit wild. His ass got 6 tacos. So they are cleaning the creek after we had that altercation last Friday. They snipped the gate, they snipped the chain, full access. I called Jonathan. Jonathan sent all the emails out to sent all the emails out to notify everybody about the fence, the situation, this lieutenant of San Jose PD and stuff like that. And they've been cracking down this last 2 days, which is awesome. Hopefully these fuckers will get out of the creek and leave the neighborhood alone, because we shouldn't have to worry about these drug dealers and stuff in our neighborhood. Even though I live at a dead end, they still find a reason to come through here. The lens is pretty dirty. Lens, meet microfiber towel. Hey, no shit. Had to lick that a little bit. Okay, anyways, nice and clean. So yeah, that's a little backstory of why the city's here promptly, because they come here like once every blue moon because they got the whole city to go and clean. But as soon as that email was sent out, here they are cleaning it out as much as they can. So last night when I was coming home, I seen SJPD out there up in the front and his abandoned wagon. So I don't know if he got arrested or he booked it or whatever the case is, but his wagon has not moved and I have not seen him since. Hopefully for the better, because one of these days it's gonna be all bad. But anyways, today is gonna be a painting type of day. So the charge pipe, I am going to rough it up with some red Scotch-Brite because I don't have gray. The reason why I want to paint it is because this pipe was the first one that I made with a bunch of scrap aluminum pipings I had lying around. You can see a little herpy weld right there, but obviously that's pretty nasty looking, right? So I'm gonna scuff this up really nice, and like I said, the theme is gonna be Crip engine bay, blue regulator, blue valve cover. This is World Rally Blue. If you guys seen the previous video a few months back of when I painted, or last year when I painted this World Rally Blue. Charge pipe is going to be blue. Compressor housing is going to be blue because on Crip. My buddy has a blue tile. My silver one comes in today. I'm hoping to make a trade with him to get the blue one. If not, then I'll maybe paint the blue one and use the purple for the time being. But I'm gonna paint this one as well. There you are, buddy. Hey. Had fun sleeping under a neighbor's car, huh? Hey. Anyways, so scuff compressor housing, charge pipe, hot side piping, and I went to the paint shop earlier. I didn't record it. War Rally Blue half pint, which is more than enough to paint the items I am going to be painting. I actually ran out. This is the one that I was using for the valve cover, Omni base. This one's Valspar. I mean, I don't even care about paint brand as long as it's doing its job. But if it was painting a car, then I'd worry about the paint brand. But These are just parts. And people have been asking me, how is the automotive paint holding up to the heat under the hood? This is super hot. I just got home like 30 minutes ago. Paint is not chipping, flaking, peeling. It's been fucking up because I you know, dropped the turbo manifold out here on here, and then this one when I dropped it in the video after I painted it. But it's holding up really well. I shouldn't have any issues with these as long as you lay down a really nice primer. This is the tri-state this is the tri-coat, which requires a silver base, but I don't care about the pearl portion of it. The guy told me just use gray primer to act as the bottom base coat of the top coat, and it should work out. But that's exactly what I use on the valve cover, and you can see it looks amazing, right? So today's video is going to contain me scuffing and painting some parts. I just realized there's no bead roll on the end of this. Either I weld a bead around it or add an end with a bead rolled end on it. Transtar 2-to-1 primer gray. So what I just did right now, I just cut off like another millimeter or so, just so I have a little bit of clearance. And if it was to touch, what I am doing, I took a vacuum line, windshield fluid line, rubber line, slid it right down the middle like so, and I'm just gonna put some Loctite super glue on it, and I'm gonna put that right on the edge, so if the pipe is gonna hit the frame, it'll rub on rubber than pure metal, which can cause under vibration or movement. It can, you know, like make a hole on the pipe, causing some boost problems. So some super glue, some vacuum line, rubber line, whatever, set it on there. Oh, please tell me it didn't dry. Don't dry. Very simple, like so, just like that. I'm gonna let that dry up and then mop up the intercooler, and hopefully there's no rubbing issue there. So the charge pipe is in place, and you can hear that means this pipe is hitting the inlet of the intercooler, which means I don't have room to add that other piece with the bead roll on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weld crisscross, inch bead, inch bead, inch bead, inch bead. Don't want to get this too hot because it's on the edge, and those 4 beads will definitely keep the clamp from moving out or the charge pipe moving away from the cup, causing a pipe blowout. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that welded up, grind it nice and clean, lay the beads, and then prime it. The other one's dry over there. Burned it a little bit, but do an inch crisscross. Had to make a dual pass because that first bead wasn't high enough, so I put another one on top to get it to be a little bit more thicker, so the clamp doesn't slide over. Right there. So nice layer on here. So completely forgot about my compressor housing. Everything's in primer over there. I just cleaned all of this out with some brake cleaner, get all the residue out, and then I want to get this out as well. Technically I don't have to paint this because the coupler is going to go right over it, but I'm just going to paint it anyways, less masking. I'm going to paint this brass because that's a sore eye. This is all hand polished, so this is already stripped down. I just got to clean it off the gunk and dirt and stuff that's on here. Compressor housing primed. I got this portion right here still chrome. I ended up just taping the bottom up so that way the paint doesn't get all, you know, jacked up going into the cup. Back side is all taped up. Bottom, center. Start mixing up some paint, at least get some paint laid down on these guys right here, and then let dry, lay the clear. I noticed that I may have heating issues with that Sirocco, so I'm gonna have to retire that, get this you know, it's already pre-measured and everything, get all these measured up, patch this hole, and then move it over here for K-swap, and it's going to be a real tight fit between here and here. That radiator is about 2 inches 2 inches. It's going to give me about a finger gap, and then I'm not 100% sure if I can fit the fan in there, but we'll make it work somehow. And if it doesn't, then this fan has been in my car turbo before with no overheating issues. If it comes down to anything, I have this nice gap right here in the back side. I can always move the radiator back because I don't have a lower support on my radiator support. But the least of my priorities right now, I want to get these motherfuckers painted because it's always good to having more than enough than to run out. Kind of spill some all over my hand as well. But look at the compressor housing. 3 coats of clear. Hey. Charge pipes all cleared. GoPro doesn't do it justice at all. Really lovely metallic on here. It's already tacky or partially tried, but yeah, I'm gonna let that dry up. I'm gonna go ahead and start fitting the bumper and see how much I have to cut to fit the intercooler. Well, the only problem is the pipe that goes from here to the turbo is also in the way of the bumper, so I'm probably gonna have to grab a pipe, stick it in there, and kind of mock it up how the other one ran, so I can use the bumper to cut and clear a pipe being in that spot. Yeah, so I've been sitting here trying to fit this bumper. It's a tad bit higher right here. That's where the charge pipe sits, but I rivet my lip in place because it was never really making contact. This one just popped back out right now, but I trimmed the inside piece here, and underneath, I trimmed the bumper on top to clear the charge pipe, and then up to right here. This whole section touches the intercooler end tank, but it's not really pushing the bumper up too high. Switching over here, I trimmed this corner only because it was just touching a tad bit right here. Let me see. So that's all trimmed up. The bumper is lined up. So given the fact that, I don't know if you can see it, it's up right here in this corner, like it bumps up right here. Not sure exactly what it's touching. Oh, definitely in the top of the intercooler. Fuck. Anyways, so I am going to trim that a little bit more right there to clear the headlight on both sides. Definitely going to zip tie this right here, this one, the middle one, and the other end. I'm gonna zip tie to the traction bar. As you can see, it pulls that bumper down, so that's kind of what I want. Don't want to trim too much of the bumper because it's still an EF9 bumper. It's fairly clean other than what's behind the lip, but I'm gonna trim it some more. Those painted parts are definitely dry. Other than that, I'm just gonna end the video here. The bumper was fitted. It's currently off the car because I'm repairing some of the tabs, and I'm just letting it all dry. I don't want to touch the epoxy and stuff, plastic epoxy. Charge pipes are dry, but I'm just gonna let it dry overnight in the garage before I handle it. I don't want to put any of it on, obviously, because the clutch has to go on first. Tranny's coming out with stuff out of the way should be easier. Once the clutch is in, then everything goes on. I gotta pull the pan off the A3 block and tap that with the steel dash 10 bung. So tonight I'm gonna have to go look up some DIYs and see where people are putting their bungs at, and base off which 10-10 fittings I have to make it the easiest possible to route my lines. But for the most part, painting the charge pipe was a super success today. And rule of the thumb: when the paint is tacky, remove all the tape while it's tacky, otherwise it will dry on the tape and cause the paint to come off when you peel the tape off. I'm not too worried about it, but just a rule of, such a nice finish for it to be ruined like that. So I might just take a razor and cut that nice and solid. I'm definitely going to sand off the Garrett and AR to be silver again, because it was hand polished under that. Other than that, that's going to conclude it for this video. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and can't really do much until I get that clutch in. Then it'll be go time.